hear that? That is no Ferrari, it's a freaking Lexus! Damn, this car is absolutely awesome! With an exotic design, coupled with performance, and a luxurious interior. This is no maintenance nightmare because it's a Lexus LC500. And I'm going to take you on a tour. Let's go. Now let's talk about the design. Now this car was crafted out to look really sweet and appeasing to the eyes of everyone. If this car passes around the road, man, everyone said it's going to turn by. So look at it. Not just because of the design, but also because of how it sounds. If you take a look at this front, it looks really futuristic. Like, this came out in 2016, although what I have here on me is 2018, but it's still the same design, and it looks as beautiful as this. Now, this spindle fiber grille is what's really cool. It's not so big because everyone has adapted to this design of the grille, and even Toyota users here in Nigeria want to facilitate their cars to have a Lexus grille because everybody loves the Lexus spindle fiber grille. Coming down to the headlights here, it looks really, really sharp. Now, you have this that goes all the way down, this daytime, this blinkers here, and it looks like a saber tooth. If you know a saber tooth, it has really long fangs at each side here and here, and that's how this thing looks. It looks like a very aggressive animal. You have the daytime running lights and run all the way into the main headlights, and here you have some 3 really bright bulbs and some kind of intricate design that looks really good in here. Come down here, you see big Lexus logo and some air intakes that are actually real, and this takes air around the tires. The design from this angle is really breathtaking. I love it. It looks really, really slick. Let me start off by telling you that this has a 21-inch alloy rims that look really, really cool. Although it might look really better in the 22. I don't know if you can go higher than that, but it actually looks better in the 22. You have some kind of vents here, so you might think and ask yourself, okay, this has no mid-engine, this is no mid-engine vehicle, so where is the air going to? Is it fake vent? It's actually real. So air goes in through here and back through the tires because it's going to improve aerodynamics. It's going to make the car go faster because this is a very, very fast car. Now, talking about aerodynamics, I love the way they cut out this part. If you come in from this angle, you see that you have something like a hip right here. Air is going to flow in and just goes through like this to the back. I love this design. Now, talking about aerodynamics, again, you have flush door handles just like you get in the new S-Class. But this opens a little bit different. Now, when I saw this, I actually thought the doors are going to like come up like the butterfly wing doors, just like the McLaren. But I was disappointed. I was actually disappointed. But I still love the way it opens the door. Come to this. So how to open this door? You just do this. You press this side. It stays like this. You have the Lexus logo here, and you just pull it out. And holding it, it looks firm, but I kind of feel like it's flimsy and it might have issues with time. I don't know how Lexus has tested this, but I guess I've done a lot of tests to it, so it should be strong. And now to lock it, this is what you do. When you close the door, you just press this and leave it, and it locks. That is really, really cool. I love the side skirts you get right here. You get side blinkers on the mirror and a carbon fiber roof because this is the sports package. So it's completely covered in carbon fiber, and that should reduce the weight of this car for better gas mileage, I think. Now, the back end is really as aggressive as the front end, and it looks really, really cool. Now, I love the way the back is kind of minimalistic. You just have LC500 boldly written right here in the middle, and a reverse camera and the Lexus badge right here. Now, when you come back to the tail lights, you also get the fangs that you get in the front, and this looks even better. If you look into here, you're going to see a LED light, but if you look inside, it's looking like it's like 3 or 4, but no, it's just this one you see here, and it kind of looks like a Nike logo. But there are mirrors inside that reflect this particular light, and it's going to look like you're saying 4 strips of 3 strips of lights. No, the mirrors inside is just 1 strip of light. Now, I don't like this particular thing that's here. It's kind of weird. Feels like very, very cheap plastic. I don't know if it was part of design. They could have just left something else there. When you come back, you have a kind of spoiler here. This is a duck clip spoiler, and it just integrates into the boot, and it looks really, really cool. You get quad exhaust. Although these are like fake surrounds, you actually have real exhaust inside, and it's actually better than Mercedes. So kudos Lexus. And now let's check out the boot space. So how do we open this? You can open this with a key. You can open this from the release inside of the car. But how do you open it from here? There's nothing here. There's nothing here. So how do you do that? It's do that by just clicking on one button. Come to this. It's kind of hidden. So if you don't know that, you wouldn't be able to do that. So just click on this and you have to just open it yourself. Really, really small, I would say. This wouldn't be able to fit some really big bags. So it is just, okay, this is 149 liters of trunk space. You have some compartments under for tools and a really, really soft feeling mats. So let me take you to the inside of this car. Now this car looks really beautiful on the outside, and I told you it's a luxurious interior. Let's go. This is one sports car and also a luxurious car. I love what Lexus did to this particular car. Now in other sports cars, you're going to see a lot of carbon fiber in the front and a lot of cheap plastic. Maybe that's to reduce the weight of the car, but Lexus did not care about that. They want to make their customers enjoy a luxury. And I love how everything is laid out here. You have a lot of materials from suede to soft leather to the best feeling leather I've seen, really expensive leather and durable materials all around. This is really, really impressive. And me, I'm a man of luxury. I'll always choose luxury and comfort to speed. So I would obviously buy this car because it has both of them. Lexus got a pass mark in both making this car fast and making the interior as luxurious as ever. Now let me start from the steering wheel. I love how the steering wheel looks. Now you have a huge paddle shifters right here and right here. You have a lot of buttons here. This is for cruise control. A lot of buttons here. This is for audio. And there's one button here, and I'm going to show you what this button does. Now, it's kind of one arrow, and if you take a look at this gauge cluster, it looks very normal. But when I click this button, you're going to see something cool that this gauge cluster can do. Just watch. It moves physically. It's not like normal screens you get in other cars. This has, oh, I can't touch it. But it feels like plastic and it feels like metal, but it feels like metal there. And if I want to see more information on my gauge cluster here, if I click on this button, it's going to move and show me more information on the screen. Now it shows that the right door there is open. It shows temperature, fuel gauge time, and a lot of other things. This is what the key looks like. I really love how it feels. It doesn't feel cheap at all. And you have this Lexus analog clock, which I really love, and I love how they've kept it in all the models of the cars. Now, when I put on this car, you're going to see this beautiful display that happens. Some people say it's old-fashioned, but I think I still love it. Now, watch starting, and Lexus. It happens here also, and I think it's just one really touch of this car that I really like. Now, you have a small screen that shows you some other information here. So you have soft touch materials here, you have suede here, and you have a heads-up display. You have some knobs here, and you get in the LS500, this to control the driving modes. If you take a look at this here, when I change this to sports, you see the display change, and now you can see the red here that it's more visible. And when I even change it to sports plus, look at what happens. It becomes even more visible. So it tells you, yes, you are in a fast car and you've put on sports mode and it's going to go really fast. Red for danger, for anger, for speed. Now, this center console is really cool also. I love how it looks like it's from something like from fighter jets. It has a cockpit of like a fighter jet because it kind of separates the passenger from the driver, and it gives you that sense as a driver that you are in control. Everything is within arm's reach. This can also serve as a grab handle for the passenger in case the driver is going colo and it starts drifting the car maybe, and you want to hold on to something, you hold on to this. It's not like you get in other cheap cars that they hang here. This is one luxurious feeling, leather and aluminum, and it's really, really steady. When you come down here, you have a 10-speed automatic gearbox here. You have a really, really small cup holder here, and it's going to kind of disturb the audio system here, and some buttons here. I don't know why they put it there, but what's even very, very silly about this car is this: the fact that there's a second cup holder here, but you have to open it like this to access it, and it doesn't look, it's not even circle, so I don't know how a cup will sit in here and not fall or spill your drink over. Another silly thing about this is to open this is all just one, it's hinged from just one part, from driver's part. So the passenger will have to stretch all the way like this to open it, or just leave it for the driver. And it's actually a really small cubby space. Come see this. Just small space for maybe your phone, and 2 USB ports, an aux port, and an old-fashioned 12-volt sockets. To control this crane, you're going to use this here, this touchpad, and it's actually really hard to use. Now, when you're driving really fast, I would advise you not to touch this, because it's going to be really hard to select some things here, and you might get distracted and get involved in an accident, and that's just really silly. Now, this is a kind of harder material, because Lexus knows you're going to keep your hands here for a very long time, because you're going to operate in it like this. So they put a very durable material here, so it's not going to wear off. You have the volume button here, you have a McLevinson sound system, and McLevinson sound system sounds really, really cool. Although I can't play it because of YouTube's copyrights. You have air vents here, and silly enough, they put 1, 2, 3 air vents for the front passenger. Why? But this is pointing all the way up, so I don't know why they did that. To open the glove box, no, there's no button here, there's no lever you pull here. It's just this really cool. Press, it comes down slowly. Although the space is really, really limited, and you can't press to lock it back, so you have to close it up yourself. When you come to this side, you see this part is covered in suede, and it feels really good. You have the buttons here that are all surrounded with aluminium, and it feels, see, it feels really durable. Also, you have memory seats. You have this cool looking release, and it looks really firm, made in aluminium also. And this is not something that's going to break easily. Now, everything feels good. When you take a look at this place, when you enter into the car and you lock it, you don't get the normal lock, this thing you get in cars where it goes up and comes down. When you lock this one, it's going to show a green light here to show that the doors are locked. And that is one small touch about this. This is a coupe. Yeah, we know that. One door, a sloping roof line, and we have 2 seats at the back, but they're really, really pointless. Let me show you. Okay, it takes its time. It's going to slide this front seat forward, down to the steering, and now I can step inside. First of all, I'm not that tall. I'm not up to 6 feet. The headroom is very, very poor. My head is touching the rear windshield, and it's really, really hot. Now, see how the sun is touching my eyes. I wouldn't advise anyone to sit down here. The leg room is also very, very poor, because if I bring these seats back to the previous position, I won't be able to sit inside here. So I don't know why they left these seats here. Is it for just child seats? Okay, yes, there are also fixed points here, so maybe just for your child seats. You can't even sit a small child of like 6 years old here, because it's going to be really, really cramped up. The only thing cool about this back is the fact that the McLevinson sound system is here, and it sounds really, really cool. And also, unlike normal cars, the seat belts don't come from this end, they come from here. So just like this, and you lock them. The only reason you might use the back is maybe if the driver is driving and you say you don't want to sit the front, and you move this one forward and sit here, but I doubt you will even do that. What's this? Okay, this is to hold clothes, and just have a very small window here. I would advise anyone to sit down here. Now, these seats are made of suede and leather, and it's one really, really comfortable seats. This is stress. Now, to close the back, I pull on this here and move it back, and it does the rest by sliding and moving it up, and it returns it to the original position. It's kind of slow. Let's brought it back up, and that is it. Now, there's something that's very funny about this. The seat belts are strapped to this belt you get right here, just like the one there. And when you return the seats back, and you hop into your car and start driving, and you forget to put your seat belts back inside here, just like this, it's gonna be really hard to stretch out to wear your seat belts. And why didn't you just leave it like the ones you get in German cars, where the seat belt just pops out when you close the door and just hands itself to you, and nah, Lexus. Now, I forgot to mention that this is a rear-wheel drive car, and would you ask yourself, what powers this sports car? What is under this really long, well, okay, yeah, this is it. What is under this? Now, this is a 5-liter V8 engine that puts out 471 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, and this baby can go from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. And it doesn't sound like a Lexus. The exhaust note sounds like one craziest car, and I'm going to rev it for you. Let's hear it again. Go to the back. I can do this all day. I'm pretty sure this is a lot of people's dream car. The design is crazy. I myself love this design. It looks a lot better than the LFA. Now this is, I don't even know how to describe this. This car is splorific. Let me use my word, splorific. Now, a very special thanks to Motor Automobiles. Motor handed this car to us, and that is how we could be able to do the review of this beautiful monster I got right here with me. I hope you subscribe to Get It Cars. Smash the subscribe button because I know you love this car. And how would you compare this to its rivals like Bentley, like Audi, and other sports cars in its range? Would you pick this compared to others? And guess how much this costs? It costs 65 million naira. That's a pretty decent price for what you're getting. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, and share this video to friends. Show your friends that really love Lexus to come watch this video, and I'll see you next week.